Give me a moment. I see no one's in here yet. There's quite a few other lives going on right now, but I'm seeing. I'm bringing up some things right now so I can look at the live chat. Make sure I mute stuff. Oh, how do I mute this? Oh, well, there that is. Hey, how you doing? No, I don't want that. Okay, there we go. I need to mute the stuff so I don't have those here. And hello, hello, hello. Um, Gentlemen, don't mind me. I'm not out in my shed. Let's get over here. Oh, new merch at my spreadshirt shop. But this is a Gentleman Prospector Challenge, I believe it is. It's been sent off to several other YouTubers. This is Alaskan Nine Finger Miner, um, Kinky Cons. From what I understand, he could comment below later or now if he's here. I believe these are ball mill cons from a hard rock deposit. They're called Kinky Paydirt or Kinky Cons, whatever. But from what I understand through Miller Outdoors, uh, who sent it to Careless Whispers, and Careless Whispers sent it to me, and then I'll be sending it down to Southern Ohio to Troubled Ones. That it's very fine, fine gold. Probably would remind me of what I would be finding from like Cape Disappointment or Lake Superior or sands from material from the beaches around Juneau, Alaska, which are all very, very fine gold. Uh, I might have to take a break a little bit and run upstairs to get a hair dryer when I get to the point of weighing it, if I'm able to, while I'm live. But Careless Whispers sent this to me, so it's like, open this end, good luck, Kinky. It's packaged in a nice protective thing. I did cheat a little. I did open this up earlier, so here's how it came. Do me a favor, smash that like button, double tap that window screen on your phone if you're watching by phone. I happen to be doing this by phone. I didn't take care of this though. Boy, it's really sealed up tighter than a gnat's behind. Um, I might have to get a knife or something. But hey, it is what it is. That it is. Who's there? Hey, Creed's in here. Kinky Paydirt. It's from a ball mill close to me. Might not be as hard since people already went through it. If you want original, get a hold of me. There you go. There you go. I'm sure Creed has his information on his channel. I was gonna cheat a little and use my Gold Buddy by prospectorsdream.com. It's a great tool. I love it. And anyone who knows me knows I'm a big advocate of Prospector's Dreams products and Dream Mat. I've been working with them for a long, long time. Hey, Peter, how you doing, Lieutenant? It won't help. I just pan it. Well, you know, I have this device. I might as well use it. At least try. I also have this cute little feller. But Creed said that it won't help. I hear it's very, very fine. But I haven't used this way enough yet. Now you do want to make sure you brush out the bubbles that are in the cells. I do have, I know I might need to add more, but with fine gold, surface tension will float it away in a heartbeat. I did put some already in here. I don't want a ton though. Some jet dry. I will pan it, Creed. I will pan it also because I'm sure you're right. And I don't need my little handy dandy shovel because look at it. Sometimes big stuff comes in small packages. But just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna run it through here. Make sure I don't drop any. I don't see any flashes in my tab. I should put it over there just in case. But yes, I very much believe in having your panning skills up to par, because it does start with panning and ends with panning. I did turn this down quite a bit. I don't see any specks flowing out, so that's all good. I am getting a little backwash from my Prospector's Dream cleanup buddy. But when I mail it to Troubled One, I'll have every bit back because as you can see, I'm in a controlled area. Alright, I think that's more than enough. Secret Creep prospecting in the house. Good to see you, Kirk. How you doing? Park Rat Pat, good to see you. I do have a monitor over here and a monitor right up here, so hopefully I won't miss too much in chat. But I'm gonna take these out, which nothing catches 100%, not even Dream Mat or Hog Mat. So I'm gonna set this off to the side for a second. Gonna grab another pan, do a clean out real quick. And that's the biggest thing I love about Dream Mat is how fast the clean outs are, because the faster you do a clean out, the faster you can get back to being on the gold. And get to work finding some more, right? I know Aaron and Careless Whispers are out on the stream on No Tell 'em River somewhere in Ohio or Pennsylvania. All right. Get rid of this device. And even though I'm in a tub, safety pan, safety pan, safety pan, safety pan. I'm gonna add a touch more water. I'm in my utility section of my lower level of my house right now. That's why you see that stuff behind me. And this cabinet and the furnace is right behind me. So if it kicks on, you'll probably hear it. But yeah, now that will sink down in there really good. Stratify it really well. Jeez. Wow, that is some really fine stuff, Creed. Think you were right. Should have just went to pan in it. Carl Miller Outdoors, that's floating all over my pan, and I don't even have a lot of surface tension. Boy, that's probably finer. That's probably finer than see all of it floating there. So just look how fine that is. That's like talcum powder fine. Your old lady could paint her eyelids with that stuff. Boy, that is super. See it just float up. And like I said, I have a lot, well, not a lot, but I do have quite a bit of jet dry in here. Maybe I need new glasses too. Some of it's like micron. Yeah, just Carl did say it was really, really challenging. I know some probably got swept right down into my tailings from. I wish I was left-handed so you could see me panning. But this is the pocket claw. It's from Gold Claw. I really like it for fine gold, and it's pretty simple use. I spilled some in my catch pan, so forgive me. I don't do this type of lives very often. But I do a live if you're here for the first time every Tuesday night Hangout Live. I'm going on my 8th season. 2 years ago, I started taking summers off so I could actually get out on the river more and out detecting and other stuff. So that's gonna go to the side. I'm gonna pan through the tailings of my cleanup buddy real quick. I did think about classifying it because it's easier to retain gold when it's all classified to the same size. But I'm going to use the double one. I wish you could see how I'm panning it, because you can't really, can you? And I'm not a lefty, but I can try. Sorry everybody. Now, me rolling it this way, I'm taking the bigger rocks off. When I roll my pan like this, it's mostly a roll off the bigger stuff. Stratify a couple of times. I can see I'll be working on this a little after the live, so I don't think I'll be able to weigh it live. One, I don't have my hair dryer down here. I don't have my torch, and my little one burner stove, and my little Sierra cup I use to dry gold in my shed. Most of the time I don't even heat up my gold or anything like that when I dry my gold. I let it air dry in a pan. See, right now I have a bunch over there. I'm far from being ambidextrous, so it's a little awkward. Right now over at the Red Dirt Nation, they're celebrating prairie prospecting. What is it, 250 subscribers, which that's a good milestone. I know it takes a long time to build a community. I wish I had a way to have multiple cameras, but I don't. And I have a toilet down in my lower level, like right there. And if I had the camera over here so you could see me panning, actually, you'd be looking at my John. So I didn't want that. Who's all in here? David Nelson, how are you? Do not use hair dryer. Right, right. Blow it out. This stuff's so fine. I think this is finer than what I was finding on Lake Superior or back home at Cape Deception, Creed. But I see you're warning about, oh yeah, some really fine stuff. Carl was right, Creed. Carl was right. Because I have a real pretty nice smile line of, see, you could see it in there, and there's a nice smile right there in my pan. But see it? And there's fines all down in here also. I hope I'm not dropping it down anywhere else. Wow, I'm really surprised that didn't get picked up when I got water flowing through it. Man, Creed, this is some super, super fine gold. I'll take fine gold, big gold, small gold, you name it, I'll take it. Don't don't throw back. I am not a catch and release prospector. Far from it. I save it all. My name's not Two Toes. Gary, if you're in here lurking, that's a compliment, buddy. I've actually seen Gary toss back a pan of fines back into the Yuba. Um, well, actually, it wasn't on the Yuba. It was up on his and Smith's Gold Claim, but I'm not going to even tell you the river that's on. Just say Gold Mountain. And we were more or less nugget shooting with detectors and doing crevices. Jeff from Smith Gold, he did some sniping. I believe I packed down my wetsuit and mask to do sniping, but I was working on a huge crack like most of the day, and I ended up finding 3 nice nuggets in that one crack with a bunch of fines. This stuff's so fine. Carl, if you're hanging out or watch this later, yeah, you're definitely right. Oh my God, look at these fines. This is even smaller than our fly poop here in Ohio. Got another little line there. Gonna have some black sands in that, but definitely this is gonna take a minute. So I'm gonna throw this in my gold claw, then go back over some other stuff. Eventually you did, huh, Carl? Hey, troubled one, how you doing, brother? We'll have to get you on the river. I should have grabbed a different snuffer bottle. But this stuff's coming to you. I'm doing this on my phone, so I didn't put in a great description. Everyone will be tagged after I'm done with the live stream. I'll tag Careless, Gentleman Prospector, Troubled One, Creed from Alaska Nine Finger Mining, where this stuff came from. They'll all be tagged in the description after the fact. So if you want to come back and check it out. Now I like using the gold claw. There's tiny, tiny riffles right here. It's much like this one here. You have these deep riffles here and these riffles, and on this side you have a nice set of small riffles and these bigger ones here that decrease in size. This pan here is designed to be used fully submerged, made by Clint Washburn, a mining engineer. I like the blue one or the clear one. But like you see me doing, you just move it back and forth. I like it facing me. It's on this particular pan, so I can see it. Oh. Thought I saw a nice little chunky piece in here. Or you could use it much like this, just rocking it back and forth. But I like going like this so I can see it, see what's coming off, see if I catch stuff. See a pretty decent flake there, unless my eyes are playing trick. Looks kind of light. Maybe it's pyrite. Could be mica. Seem pretty light.
There's your vitamins and some coffee.
I'm live.
You're live. Hi, everybody.
Judy says hi, everybody. She brought me down some Ed Fuel, coffee, and vitamins. Thank you, honey. Yeah, Carl, this stuff, you weren't fibbing to me, brother. You weren't fibbing to me. I already know I'm going to have to go through this several times. I'm seeing some decent little colors in my gold claw. And what I'm doing really is I'm rushing through it. I know there's a lot of lives going on, and I have stuff to do. I need to get on the ball with editing some more, working on some more mining history shorts. I've been really enjoying them, but I've been doing them about a year now, and it gets hard. I don't want to do too many of the towns or old gold rush boom towns or silver rushes, whatever, because it's mining. It's not just strictly gold, it's mining history. Because it isn't just gold mining that's important. It's coal, it's silver, it's copper. You know what they say, if you can't grow it, you have to mine it. And so much stuff is used, there's lithium mines, there's cobalt mines, and a lot of these, that sure looks like a flash there. I'm going to reset that, as Clint would say. And even these tree huggers with, all electric, and you still got to mine. Got to mine for the lithium, got to mine for the cobalt, got to mine for the nickel or whatever you use in newer batteries. I just don't think they really understand. And we've I don't know a miner yet or a logger that isn't a true conservationist. They do care about their environment. They do care about what's going to be here for their family and grandchildren and etc. So my kids were raised in the foothills of the North Cascades, in between Cedar-Woolley, Washington, which is a logging town, and Concrete, Washington, that got its name for the lime in the area. And on the way to the North Cascades National Park, and believe me, we all care about our environment up there. So can't believe a lot of the propaganda those people on the far left or even the far right sometimes will tell you. You know what, Clint? I think I'd rather use my Falcon pan for this. And I so happen to have it right here. I wish you could see some of my techniques I use, because I'll shake it really fast underwater and it will get some of the lighter black sands up where I could get it out easier. I see specks wanting to crawl up. I don't think that one's gold though. It's moving kind of quick. It's not staying put. That one might be gold though. Yeah, Carl, you're still here, right? Jeffro, I like the Falcon myself. Justin Winch, hello. What were you saying, Creed? I love my 10-inch also. I love my 10-inch Mind Lab pan. Absolutely love it. I love my Mind Lab pan too. These aren't Mind Labs though. My Mind Labs are out in my shed. These are Pioneer pans. They remind me a lot of Klondike pans. I used to use a lot back 25, 30 years ago. I don't think you can find them anymore, but the Mind Lab pan's great. I really like these Pioneer pans too. And Jeff Bro, I really like my Falcon cleanup pan. I see a speck hanging there. That's pretty nice size speck for a ball mill dirt. I see some really fine talcum powder, fine stuff up here. Wonder where the letter is. I forgot how much gold was supposed to have been in here. I think, if I remember right, I think you told me on Facebook Messenger, Carl, but I don't have that up here either. I'm far away from my computer's monitors. They're over there in my studio, and my cat's staring at me like, what the F are you doing down here, Dad? I'm Pan and Paydirt cat from Alaska. Some really, really tedious stuff, I tell you. You weren't lying, Carl. I'll probably have to go through this a couple of times. But I'll do a snuffer dump. Then I'll pan through it some more. And more. And more. And then I'll let it dry by room. I'm not going to heat it. I'm not going to use my air dryer, Creed. I saw that comment. I'll let it dry at room temperature. Probably here in my Falcon pan, which is the normal pan I use for drying. And then I'll do a live weigh out probably. Probably won't be today. I've been extremely busy at work. And tomorrow night I have my superintendent's class. Because here before too long I'll be a superintendent. Less tools around my belt. I'm a working foreman now. I'll probably be a working superintendent too. Because to be honest, I don't want my guys to do anything I wouldn't do, and I don't mind getting down and dirty with my guys. I usually have some really good carpenters and apprentices working for me, and you know, I don't want to be known for just sitting in my job trailer and barking orders. But, as a superintendent, my job description's totally different than as a foreman. I would have to contact all the subs, schedule stuff, schedule inspections, um, talk to suppliers, yada, yada, yada. But enough about that. That's work stuff. This is still the weekend. Um, the weather here has been kind of wacky. Um, Wednesday it was nice. I was like, man, I shouldn't have worn my base layers. Then the next day, Thursday and Friday, it was like, man, I'm glad I still wore my base layers, but I changed the weight of my base layer, and I don't have a lot of meat on my bones, and I get pretty cold fairly easy. Not like I was when, see, I have a lot of really, really fine, I mean, fine, fine, fine talcum powder color right there. I think I have just about enough jet dry in here because I saw one float, and when I went to move it, it sank right back down. Now it's getting to the real tedious part. I think this would blow right out of a blue bowl. Even though blue bowl's a pretty good tool. I know you can't see it, but I have a nice little streak of really, really fine stuff right here. David, you should talk to someone about that. I can't recommend a good shrink. Uh, Here, reading what my shirt says. It says troubled one. Creek therapy. Creeks, not shrinks. um, I find creek therapy is about the best kind of therapy there is. Don't matter if it's a fishing pole in your hand or a pan, but to be honest, since I came back out here from the Pacific Northwest, I haven't been fishing. I've just been dredging and high banking and panning and whatnot. My fishing pole has cobwebs on it. See, I have a little speck about halfway down my pan, so shake it really quick, let the gold drop, get some of that black sand up here higher. Mostly gold still hanging up there. I do have some right in there. So I think I need to break out the snuffer, change directions. I have a nice bit right there. I know I'm gonna get some black sands in my snuffer, but you know, the painting's not done yet, even with the stuff in the snuffer. Because I'll dump it, I'll pan it a little, snuff it. It's mostly how I clean my gold anyway. I'll go through that procedure several times. I'll snuff it up, get it down, then I'll dump my snuffer, and then I'll pan it more, get some more black sands out of it, snuff it up, do another dump, and so on and so forth. You know, there's a lot of ways to do what we do, and if it works for you, it's not the wrong way. Yes. This is a challenge, Creed, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, some wicked, 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 wicked fine stuff. I think that one I just snapped up was the biggest piece of them all. I have a bunch just hanging up on my pan, not wanting to move. I doubt if there's any in here now, but you never know. Because sometimes gold don't follow any logic. I know out dredging I found gold on nice size gold on outside bins and whatnot. I think I'm gonna grab like my 60 mesh classifier, 40 and 60 maybe. Notification. That's a 60. Probably should have classified it to begin with. Probably should have used a different snuffer bottle. The stem of my snuffer bottle I got from my friend Mike at ipanforgold.com. Don't bother going there. He's out of business now, but he was a great guy. Great friend, would give great deals. But this, see, moves way too easy for my liking. So, got a couple extra snuffer bottles. I have a gazillion snuffer bottles. what I seen, I bet you there's hardly anything over 60 mesh in there. It's like super fine. Could be wrong though, so let's see. And this stuff here I get from my friend over at Carolina Prospectors, Bill and Mary Brewer. Great people, care a lot about the prospecting and YouTube community. Could ask Brewers if he's still here. Okay, there's that one. Here's my plus 60 right here. See, I'll roll it. If you see, those bigger rocks are rolling out of there while the smaller stuff staying put. Now, got those pretty well out of there. Mandy's Candy! Rejoined? I thought you were already a member. Thank you, Mandy. But yeah, I roll it and it will take the bigger stuff and roll it right out. Now, anything in the plus 60s? I'm not seeing nothing, Creed. So, I'm not seeing nothing there. Let me see. I want to keep this pan free. So, I'll grab my GPA gold catcher and put this in there because I don't want to deal with that stuff again. Looks like there's some tin and ironstone in there. I don't have a magnet with me to see how much of that is magnetite and hematite. Don't want to put that over there. I got oil there. Where's this? There it is. Any Lowe's or Home Depot or Menards, it's a masonry tub, Mandy. And you can get them in different sizes too. I have like 4 or 5 this size, then I have 2 or 3 bigger ones, and then I have a couple of smaller ones too. I use them for Cub Scout and Boy Scout demonstrations, panning demonstrations, and I use them. I normally don't do any cleanups on the river at camp. Usually I'm socializing and resting. I save all my cleanups for at home in a very controlled environment. Now cleanouts, of course, is a different different beast altogether because, you know, depending how often you clean out your dredge or high banker or river sluice or whatever, that depends on the individual. Usually on my dredge and the high banker, I do a clean out every tank. So pretty much every 2 hours, I'll do a clean out. Now, if I was still running miner's moss and expanded metal, I probably wouldn't do a clean out until I was ready to pack it up for the day. Of course, depending how my miner's moss looked and my riffles and stuff looked, depending on the material that I'm running. How's that? Can you see it better this way? It's kind of awkward. We only clean up at camp if we are having a competition. There you go. I've seen you do that before, Jeff, bro. Where like you and Heath or Scott Sharp and others were kind of having a contest at how much you got for the day. That I can see. Definitely, Jeff, bro. Are are you coming to Rose Nose Monkey Fest, Jeff? I'll be there Saturday. I sent Rose for one day. I have a lot going on that month. I would love to be there all weekend for you, but I'll be in Southern Ohio the week before that, and then there's Fossick right around that time with the Buckeye chapter of the GPAA, which is my home chapter, and I haven't been very active with much. Work's just been, I've been really busy at work and on weekends. I want to get out, but Toledo Jess has been really busy, and Dano's been really extremely busy, and I haven't even got out to my own little private Idaho, which I find gold every time I'm there. I need to make a point to get out a whole lot more. I do have some my truck payment and my travel trailer payment really took up a lot of my fuel money, I should say. So those aren't done being paid for, but it's getting closer. Getting closer. This coming Wednesday is Open Line Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday is Open Line Tuesday. I still have yet to get a guest for April 1st. Send a message to Sean Pomeranke and to Todd Hoffman, but it'd be nice if these people would just say, sure, or no, don't have the time, instead of blowing you off completely. And I'm not going to harass someone until they agree to come on or tell me no. I invite them. If I don't hear from them, or if I do hear from them, I'll very rarely invite them again. All depends on that first conversation, you know. I know I'm no big shot, but I am a person. Could have the decency to at least say, no, sorry, I'm too busy, or yeah, that'd be cool, thank you, or no, I'm not interested at all. Just something instead of just blowing you off. Back right there, wanting to escape, get back in there. You were definitely right, Carl. Oh, I'll go through this till I have no more in it. At least that I can see easily, and then I'll dry it out and weigh it. And I'll film it, but I won't know if I'm doing it live until I'm actually doing it. Or maybe I'll weigh it up on Open Line Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. I know Carl Miller Outdoors said he found it all, he panned it all. So, it's doable. How many times did you go through it, Carl? Twice or 3 times? Hi, Georgianne. Time for another Brian Wilder interview. Oh, Brian's pretty easy to come by. I think the last time he was on the show, David, is when I had Steve Rydell on. I think I'll talk to Travis over in Canada from Lone Horse Prospecting, part of the Red Dirt Nation. They got Todd Hoffman to join them. I kind of, he was talking to me about Carlos Miner, and I'm like, Carlos is very approachable, very cool. I don't think I even have to talk to him and be a liaison for you. I think if you messaged him or emailed him, he'd get a hold of you as soon as he could, and I'm sure he'd come on, and I was right. But the Red Dirt Nation has a really good lineup on Mondays. Tomorrow night, they're having Brian Wilder on, an actual good personal friend of mine. He was in Bering Sea Gold on Vern Atkins' Wild Ranger for a season, and now he actually works behind the camera for Raw Productions. But the way it's sounding, there could be a good chance there's no more Bering Sea Gold. I think there is no more Bering Sea Gold. And there could very well be no more Gold Rush Whitewater. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. They've had a good long haul, though. I was over at goldprospectorspace.com. Oh, what was it? It was either a Friday during a Gold Rush watch party, or it was after their Sunday show, and Kayla Johansson joined us. Brian Wilder was there, and Ray Rusaw was there. He was on Frozen Gold with the Animal Planet channel, channel, I believe it was. And Ray was trying to compare apples to apples, you know, from Animal Planet to Discovery, where it ain't gonna jive. That's more like comparing apples to oranges. And they were talking about money, pay, and other stuff where I've heard different things, you know. Some things, a lot of it I can't say here on this platform. We were in Zoom in a private meeting, and what happens there don't go beyond there for the most part. So, and I'm not at liberty to say, I don't want to get my friends mad at me. I'm afraid I'm gonna unplug something standing over there sometime, because I got stuff right here. Have a good one. You bailing, David? Oh, trouble one? See you later, brother. See you later, troubled one. T.O. Thank you, Georgia. Jordan. Thank you, hon. Yeah. I'll be getting this out in the mail to you before too long, troubled one. Remember, I work full time, work, so, and I travel anywhere from 10 minutes to over an hour to the jobs. So, I'm supposed to be starting a job like 3 minutes from my house before too long. I hope that happens, and I hope they keep me put there from start to finish. That'd be really nice. That don't always happen, so I might be doing 2 or 3 jobs at once. Then I have to bounce around. Boy, Carl, did your hands cramp up too? See, I like getting over here. As long as right over here, you could see what I'm doing better. But it makes it harder for me to. Yeah, I see now, David. It was troubled when that left. Sorry if I'm neglecting the chat. It's doing my lives this way. I know, poor excuse, huh? Doing my lives this way, it's not as easy to keep an eye on chat. And it's never easy during a live period, especially when you're by yourself. But I still have a lot of heavies in there. Maybe I should have grabbed my magnet, but I didn't. I'll be definitely going through this stuff several times. Probably a few more times than you did, Miller. Is Miller still here? I know there's only 9 watching, so I appreciate each and every one of you here. You don't know yet, Jeff? Okay. I'm gonna have to take a trip to your part of Virginia sometime. I wish I could travel half as much as I want to. I don't know how you guys do it. I remember when I was younger, I'd just go. Didn't worry too much about it. Yeah, I was self employed then. That had a lot to do with it. It's a bit different when you're your own boss. Get this down a little bit more, then I'll work on. And I think when I go through it more, I'm going to use the magnet. I'd have to go out to my shop and get it. See, right there I have a nice little line of color. Now if I was watching lives earlier, I had Careless on one monitor, I had Aqua Donkey on another monitor, and when I start off my Sunday with Rob and Charlie, FLT Thunder, FL Thunder, and Digging It Back, our buddy Charlie. Then I go from there to Meyer Videos, and then I pretty much surf around. I still have to get my laundry done today. Yeah, I'm seeing gold come down all of this. I am. I have a nice little fan of gold up in there. But yeah, I'm seeing fine color all throughout my black sands. So I think after the live and I go through it more, I'll get more throw in the step of using a magnet, because that tool I neglect way too much, and it can really help your panning to get a lot of those magnetics out of there, if not all of them. Now, if he has heavy hematite in there, and I've worked places where there's like very little magnetics, and a lot of your black sands is non-magnetic, and that could be really challenging too. Yeah, guys, If you really like a challenge, contact Nine Finger Mining, contact Creed. Maybe I'll tell Justin from Backyard Prospector to try your kinky bag, Creed. See, because I have some nice finds up in there. Try and get the glare from my light off of it, but there's some nice, super finds. I mean, some of them are down near microscopic. It's like, okay, do I need to do this under a microscope? It's like so fine, so fine. This is even finer than some of the Georgia gold I got from Aaron over at Gold is Where You Find It from Yahoo Creek in the Dahlonega area. See, you already know I'm going to go through there quite a bit. Yeah, I still have some pretty good color down in here too. Man, Creed, this will make a seasoned panner feel like a noob again. I don't mess usually with a lot of super fines. This fine at least. Small gold, yeah. But even the glacial stuff I find isn't really like talcum powder fine. But it is from a ball mill. Totally different stuff. I warn everyone, it's super hard. You must pan tailings a few times. You got that right, Creed. I'll be definitely panning my tailings a few times because I can see it right down here. What I was just panning off of that area I snuffered, there's still quite a bit down there. I don't know. Carl, were you fibbing to me? I know you pan a lot, Carl. See, because I was... See, I don't know if you could see it, but that stuff was down here and I was going through it as you saw. And I'm like, oh, there's still quite a bit in there. I wish this glare wasn't there, but all up in here, there's a lot of like talcum powder, fine gold. I mean, very fine color. Yeah, I'll definitely go through these catch pans and tailings several times, Creed. If Carl's still here, it's gonna be more than he went through it, I guarantee you. even though everything in these safety pan and tub and stuff will be packaged back up and sent off, still, I want to get it all. And I really appreciate Carl telling Careless Whispers to send it to me. I appreciate being part of this challenge of our friend Ken over at Gentleman Prospector. I sure hope to meet them on the river this season. They told me they let me know if they're in my neck of the woods. He had the pleasure of meeting my friend Terry, Grease Monkey, and my sister of another mother, Rose from Rose Knows Treasure. And I could tell by Mama Bird's lives and GP's lives, they're really genuine people. And from what I heard from Aqua Donkey and Rose and Terry, they're really great. See, there's a nice bit of color right there. Now, I want to be kind of careful because I don't want it all float away, even though my surface tension is very minimal. Hey, AU Prospecting Scotland, how you doing, mate? That material is like herbs, it just keeps giving and giving. Right, Creed? Right? Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Now, I didn't see anything in that plus 60 I had, so that's a good thing. Now, if I believe Mama Bird and even Gentleman Prospecting are also streaming Prairie's milestone celebration party. So if you would just could go over there, give Prairie some congratulations. I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. You know, we've all been there. We all started at zero. Pretty cool shirt, huh? Can pick these up in my merch site. But I suggest going to the site. If you go to my shop tab, you can actually go to the site. You'll see a lot more. I just added a couple more. Flashing your pan, if you can't grow it, you gotta mine it. Couple others. I try and add new stuff up there. You know, I don't sell a lot, I don't push it a lot, but it does help with the channel greatly, along with all my absolutely fabulous members. All of you, and just hitting that like and being in chat. All of you help tremendously, more than you'll ever know. Well, maybe not. You probably all know. If you're monetized, you know. Um, you know, everything costs something. My editing software, it's on a subscription, and then my StreamYards, they're jacking it up. Why, I don't know. My internet, I got newer and faster internet. I might have to get a new tower pretty soon for my live streaming. Because you all who, if you know me, you know I love my Tuesday night hangout live and my live streaming. I know Bear Prospecting and Annie are talking about having a 24-hour live stream during the outing at the Sprigsleys in southern Ohio on the Scioto River. It's good, very good dredging river. You're allowed up to 4-inch dredges here in Ohio and no permits. Um, but it's my first time down to the Sprigsleys, so it's gonna be nice, but I don't know. They asked me to be their grand marshal, which is a great compliment. I greatly appreciate it, Brian and Annie and everyone else involved in the tri-state chapter. Um, but doing a 24-hour live stream, especially if the service isn't good, that can be really sketchy and really. I know I couldn't be live full 24 hours. Shoot, I did that 24-hour marathon and took a nap, and who was it? MJ, Rose, MJ, and you, wasn't it, Mandy? The help fill it in when I took my nap. I overslept. I'll be organizing another one of those. Those were really fun, and I appreciate Paul uh, from Woodland Relic Hunters and Rivendale Coins. Jonathan, Paul, he started the Treasure Fam 24-hour live stream. I was a part of it 2 years with him, and he said he wasn't going to do it anymore, and I asked if I could take it over for this last one, and I had a really good time. It was hard filling the slots though, so I might go with fewer slots and just have the slots longer, maybe a 2 hour minimum instead of trying to have me with 22 other participants have me with 10 other participants, because I'd want to kick it off. I'd want to have a live halfway, and I'd want to end it. So I'd have 3 of the time slots. Um, Maybe I'll do it where everyone has a 2 hour time slot, except for like my middle one. Halfway would be like an hour. I don't know. I have to let it rattle around in my noggin for a little and see what I can come up with. Judy, my better half, she's absolutely fabulous with me doing stuff. Yeah, it gets on her nerves sometimes and stuff, but she's a real trooper. And to be perfectly honest, a lot what I do with my YouTube channel and stuff, I really couldn't do it without Judy. If I had StreamYards, I could at least have some background music. Do-si-do a little so I could get more insight of you while I fan that out. I still have a lot of. Usually I don't like looking at it with so much black sands in there. I still have a bunch of finds up there. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. Yeah, yeah. Numerous times, Creed. Numerous times. I'm going to go through this even again. I know it. Carson, how you doing, Carson, bruh? Good to see you. You know, Carson, I don't know why you are not a moderator. But I'm on my phone, so you're not going to be one now either. But I always thought you were a moderator. I thought I made you a mod. Hey, Carson, what are you doing at 4:30 Tuesday? This Tuesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. What are you doing? What? Yeah, okay. 60 hours, maybe? Maximum of 2 minutes? Yeah. Maybe you, Carson. I'm not as good of a panner as you and Jeff, bro. You know, I'm pretty much a greenhorn still. Pretty much a greenhorn still. Hey, down east, detecting and prospecting. Good to see you, Bob, my good friend. Uh, have you come join me on Tuesday night Hangout Live, Carson? I need to fill my April Fool's Day time slot. I've been getting, and that would take care of April. I have Jason Justin Peterson from Gold Rush Whitewater coming in April. I have Travis and the rest of Travis, Tracy, Nick joining me in April. The guys from the Red Dirt Nation. And some others. Yeah, pan this stuff fast, you'll be losing a lot. Have you tried the Kinky Paydirt yet, Carson? it's it's like makes Cape Disappointment go look small or look big. Shoot, this stuff compared to us, this Ohio glacial gold makes our Ohio gold looks like nuggets. Huh? I think Judy dropped something upstairs in the kitchen. It's making my hands hurt. My hands cramping up a little. Yeah, no wonder you told me. Heard something, Krakow. It's just that. No wonder you said don't use my hair dryer or dry a creed. Would hate to blow away any. Ah, hands cramping. Pioneer Polly in the house. Good to see you, Paul. It's always good to see you. I loved your New Zealand videos with the helicopter and the dredging and stuff. Loved it, Paul. Loved your work, dude. And those wedding bands you're getting made. Be right back. My coffee's over here. No, but really, Paulie, I've really enjoyed your New Zealand videos. I enjoy all your videos. You do such a fine job in editing and doing your storyboard and all of that. I can't do storyboards and I very rarely do bullet points and stuff like that. But, you know, some people are just talented, like Pioneer Polly's. Very talented gentleman and a very good prospector and sniper. Brad, hey. Good to see you. But the work schedule is so random. And that falls in a slot I don't think I'd make it. One of these days, I would love to. Excellent. That'd be great, Carson. I know how schedules can be. Plus, you're 3 hours behind me, and I know how tough that can be. Jason A.U. Colorado, how are you doing? Morning. Polly says morning and it's afternoon. Are you still in New Zealand, Paul? Polly, are you still in New Zealand? Can also pick up some um, coffee mugs at my merch site. Oh, coffee's hot. This one I had made with the Treasure Fam hand on it. I have a really nice blaze orange shirt. I'll probably be wearing this coming Tuesday with the hand on it. I really like it. Enjoying your Sunday? I saw in another chat room that you and Cindy are both doing fine. I'm happy for that, brother. I really like it when the whole Treasure fam is doing well. I've heard some news about we've lost a couple of people in the community within the past week or two. Um, don't ask me their names right offhand because I'm partially blonde, and I'd have to think about it a little, and I know the channels. It was brought up. One was brought up during Marlin's live stream, and another one was brought up in Charlie's and Rob's live stream. And I believe the names were different, so one of them was fighting cancer for a long time and lost their battle, which my heart goes out to their family. Yeah, this stuff is pretty tedious. Pretty tedious. How long am I into this? An hour and 42 minutes and 43 seconds. Wow. Oh, I'll have to tell you the results and stuff during Tuesday night Hangout Live or another live later, because I won't heat it to dry it and or use the blow dryer. So like I said, I'll be drying it in this pan by room temp, letting it sit and dry, which how I usually dry my gold anyway. If it's bigger gold, I do use a Sierra cup on top of a little one burner stove, but I haven't had to do that for a long time. Most of the time it's just by sitting out and pretty much drying on its own. I'm curious. I know I shouldn't be looking yet, because still, look at all that. I have like one big tablespoon of black sands in there, or 2 teaspoons of black sands. Usually I would I would very rarely look with this much black sand in it. I do want to thank all my lurkers out there too. I know they're out there. Two Toes, Dan Hurd, usually Miller, Smith Gold Jeff usually says something, but he's been known to lurk too. Pioneer Polly, Jason the Mason, the Flower Gold Wizard. this stuff real quick. Yeah, there's still stuff in that stuff even. Yeah, I got a nice little bit of a gold streak right there even. Last week's show was really pretty good, I thought, with Brad from Wheelie Shiny Gold. He showed some really nice gold porn. A lot of it was specimens because, you know, he works the desert area and he metal detects a lot, and a lot of it was actually ore with visible gold. Totally beautiful stuff. If you haven't seen it, go check out the replay. And when I had archaeology and gold on Gale, I really enjoyed that show. Uh, I'm gonna have to get Gail on again here soon because we touched into where I wanted to go with it, which is fine, you know. I try not to go too much over. Try not to go too much over 2 hours anymore. One, because I wake up extremely early sometimes, depending on how far I drive. So, and you know, Tuesdays during a work week, so plus I've had that same time slot now going on 8 years. I'm not going to change it now, that's for sure. I have a nice bit right there. See, now I'm going to go back over to this side. Stay. Stay. Because I could have swore I saw a little in there. So I'm going to take that down a little bit. And yes, I'll go through that more. Definitely. Because I know I'm losing. I know I'm losing. I'm just panning through this little bit really quick. I see gold there. So, and my hand. Anyone else's hands hurting? Yeah, it is, Creed. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a challenge. I'm definitely enjoying it, Creed. But my arthritis in my fingers ain't liking it too much. But yeah, kind of like standing over here so you could see what I'm doing better. Get this down a little more. Do a little tappity tap. I'm probably down to a half a teaspoon now. So, oh. you can. Some really fine. Oops, one in float. Got a bunch of black sands floating there, right up there. You could see. Can you, or is it glaring too much? Right up in there, I have some really fine. I mean, fine. I think that's finer than a gnat's behind. Finer than a gnat's bunholio. Oh my goodness. See, there's more right there. Yeah, it is. Creed. But I'm a fighter, bro. I'm a fighter. It might be kicking my butt, but I'm fighting, brother. I'm fighting. Right, Carson? Struggle, my precious struggle. I'm getting to so small of stuff, it's having a hard time walking away from the black sands. Carl warned me, though. Yeah, I haven't panned nothing this fine in a while. I don't think this is finer than the stuff I get from Ray Russo from Juno. And that stuff's really fine also. Yeah, there's a. You know what? Creed, you were right. I shouldn't even wasted my time with my cleanup buddy, huh? Okay, I'm gonna do a small snuffer dump. Prospector Jason E. Miner back in the house. Jeff Button, how you doing? You have stuff that's even harder than this, Creed? Oh, I believe it. Now, I did pretty good about keeping all the black sands, a bunch of black sands out of it, but I still do have quite a bit of black sands in there. But, jeez. I'm afraid to even use that with it. But there's the first snuffer dump. Can you see it? Nice little flash in the pan there. Now tell me, who does not like a flash in the pan or flash in your pan? I know I like it in mine, but I have some small specks down here. That's like I said earlier, like talcum powder fine. It's so fine. I bet you Judy could paint her eyelids with that stuff. Super fine, super fine. And it's even so fine, it's kind of hard to get it separated from the black sands. Brian Wilder in the house. Well, we call you Brian No Pants for a reason, Brian. Hey, Brian, what are you doing Tuesday, April 1st? I've had a request to have you back on Tuesday night, Hang Out Live. I know you've been on several times, but I always like having you on, brother. But I can't have two open lines right back to back. Well, I guess I could. I could do whatever I want. Kinky is kicking Ed's ass. Yeah. Okay, right on. I'll talk to you more about it, Brian. Right, Carson, right? Usually Kinky can get me kind of excited, you know? Now, don't use that against me, ladies. Yeah, I really think the last time I panned something this fine, Creed, was some Juno material from Ray Russo. And a lot of that, it comes from the tailings on the beach from the mine in Juneau. And a lot of it has leached out of the galena, I believe it is, maybe some telluride. See, I have a nice little pile of like ultra fine there. I'm having a hard time getting away from that black sands, but I want that gold to be as clean as possible when I weigh it up. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be weighing it up tonight. I still have to do my laundry. I'll have to get you on sometime, Creed. I'm gonna send you an email and send you some open dates for Tuesday night Hangout Live. Now I know you're 4 hours behind me, being up in Alaska. A lot of times that plays a big part on my guests. Brian, hey Wilder, are you still in Mass or up in Maine? Oh, you don't do lives? Okay, no worries. No worries, brother. No worries. Yeah, I think later off camera I'll probably hit this with my magnet, see actually how much magnetite's in it. Is there a ton of magnetites in this, Creed? I just got back to Mass last night, but headed back to Maine soon. Well, you have Skylink, so you can even get online up in Maine. Tonight, over at goldprospectorspace.com and Prospectors Radio here on YouTube. Oh, shoot. Help me, Brian. Who's Tim and Mr. Lodak's guest tonight? I believe. Shoot. I forget who their guest is tonight, right offhand. I have power and stuff right behind me because I have my work tablet there. I'm keeping an eye on comments. Then my work phone's like right there with comments, and then all of you right there. And I have an extension cord and stuff on a step stool right here with a three-way. So stuff's plugged in. I knew it was going to take a while, but I didn't think it'd be close to 3 hours. Because I'm 2 hours and 14 minutes in it already. Yeah, I know I'm panning through it really quick now. It was nice catching one of Guido's live streams. I haven't cramped in my pinky. Haven't caught one of Guido's live streams in a little while. Mama Bird, Gentleman Prospector, great seeing you too. I know it's not in my description and stuff yet, but it will be. Gentlemen, you'll be tagged in it, and Mama Bird, along with Creed and Careless Whispers and Miller Outdoors. Thanks, Miller. What the hell did I do to you to deserve this? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm having a good time talking to all of you and going through some challenging pay dirt. I appreciate it, Carl and Careless Whispers. I appreciate being part of Gentlemen's Prospectors, Kinky Cons, or Kinky Paydirt challenge. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to weigh it live, at least during this live. My hands are cramping up. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Be keen outdoors. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. If anyone would drop Creed's channel link in the in the live chat, that would be great. Creed, Nine Finger Miner, along with Mama Birds, Gentlemen Prospectors, Careless Whispers, and Miller Outdoors. That'd be greatly appreciated because I can't do it because I'm on my phones. All I have is phones now. If I was sitting doing this live in my normal live studio, it wouldn't be a problem. Starting to cramp up more, Creed. Starting to cramp up more. Gentlemen Prospector, are the Red Dirt Nation still over there celebrating Prairie's milestone? I stopped by earlier and gave congratulations, and then I stopped by before I came live and lurked for a little bit and gave my thumbs up. I know a lot of you were doing it live, Reg and you and Nick and Travis and who knows who else. Gentleman Prospector, how much was the original weight before you started sending it out? That's what I want to know. All right. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up. If this is your first time here and you're not yet a subscriber of Flash in Your Pan, please hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge, and it would help my channel out. And double tapping that screen, giving a like, or pushing the thumbs up on your computer. Not sure how you do it on a TV, but I know most of my viewers now for the past 6 months have been on mobile devices. So double tap that screen. If you're not yet part of the Flash fam, I hope you become part of the Flash fam. Don't matter what your treasure is, you're part of the treasure fam hand. And that shirt is upstairs in my bedroom. I think that's a cool shirt. You'll see me wearing it Tuesday night. It's a long sleeve shirt I got. All made in the United States. Okay, I'm about to a large teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon. So I'll pan it down a little more. I still see some ultra fine stuff right there. Oh, that I did. There is over a half gram in there. Okay, GP, my chat over here is not working. Strange. There it is. Yeah, that's why I went through it a couple of times, huh, Creed? Half gram? Okay. That's the goal. Half gram. Yeah, I panned through it a couple of times, GP. Shut up, phone. My company phone chiming alerts. I didn't. I should have put it in do not disturb mode. Yeah, I still have a nice little sliver up there. Yeah, it's kicking my butt pretty good. 9 finger minor. Old Creed. It's quite the challenging pay dirt. I am enjoying it though. Even though it's tedious and it's cramping my hand up, and I am enjoying it. I sure hope there wasn't a time limit on this. I would have lost a long time ago. Cramping both my hands now. I wish you guys could see it as good as I can. I still have a little bit down in there too. I don't know. Did all of you have the same problem tapping it up? A lot of the black sands want to travel up with the gold. Oops. Oh man, all that work for nothing. I had a nice little flower gold there, and my wave went around it and moved it and carried it away. Now it's all back down here with that other stuff. My it should still be good with my jet dry. Yeah, that stuff's so fine. Having a hard time getting it separated from the black sands. Oh, wow. Whew. All right, where are we sitting? Going on 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, it is, GP. I was saying that several times. Could use it for eyeliner and stuff like the Egyptians used to do. It's really, really fine. Steven, how you doing? Steven Stark, good to see you. How do you like my new shirt design? Your phone's just retarded? Oh, restarted. I thought you said retarded. Don't, Matt, ski searcher in the house. Good to see you. Thanks, Gail. I just uploaded a couple new designs to my merch shop. Hey, Mountaineer Michael, it was good seeing you in the other live stream earlier, brother. My brother from Washington. You're on the dry side. I'm from the wet side. But still, nonetheless, a Washingtonian in the house. Now, this ain't Tuesday Night Hangout Live, so I need a cigarette, so I hope you don't mind. I don't have to worry about wrecking my reputation. I already have a bad reputation, so. But you know, I try not to smoke during Tuesday Night Hangout Live. This isn't Tuesday Night Hangout Live, different crowd, so Please forgive me. Don't take offense from it. Rain and snow all day in your part of Washington, huh? Wednesday, it was beautiful here, Michael. About 68, 69, close to 70 degrees in my part of Ohio. Then Thursday morning, it was 29 degrees driving to work, never broke over 40 degrees. I think today was, I haven't checked the high, but the last time I looked, it was about 40. But hey, it is what it is. Um, you know, it's that time of year where I'll be driving with my heater on to work, and coming home, I'll have my air conditioner on. It is what it is. Hey. So let's do. Okay, I stopped using that snuffer. I know I'll have to pan through that again. There's still some real small stuff in there. And like I said, when I clean my gold, I'll pan it, separate it, snuff. Then I'll do another snuffer dump. Then I'll do it multiple times, till I pretty much have mostly clean gold. And when I empty this tub, I want to be really careful, because who knows if some floated out of my safety pans and into my safety tub. Thursday is going to be in the 80s. Send some of the Colorado weather to us here, bro. Gee whiz. Yeah, I know. I have my PJs on. Some of us call those after dredging pants. But I do wear them after dredging. Day today for the most part, and it's supposed to be raining before too long. Now I don't want the stuff to float about, because I'd be pissed. You'd see a German Irishman get really pissed if I saw a bunch float and dump into my safety pan. I'd be like, ugh. It's getting me angry even before it happens, just thinking about it. Gee whiz. Okay, I have a little black sand in there, but less than I did before. And I want to be extremely careful with this, because I don't want a bunch to float off into my tub. But just look at it. Can you see it? The glare's terrible, huh? Lighting in here sucks. There, it's in the shadow too much. Oh, maybe you could see it there. Yeah, nice little crescent flash in my pan. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Beautiful, that's right, Gail. Why does it make his hands dirty? I don't know. My hands are always dirty. I'm a carpenter. But the panning's cleaning my fingernails. got most of the black sand out of it. Now I don't want it to float. Do not float. Do not float. Stay. Stay. Gee whiz, that stuff's so fine, Creed. So fine. But if one of my mods could put Alaskan Nine Finger Mining link out in the chat room, that'd be great. I'm sure he has his contact information there. He does have Kinky Cons or Kinky Paydirt available, but that's a nice little flash in your pan there, flash in my pan there. I like it. Definitely a challenge. I'm 99.99 fine sure there's some more still in there. Actually, I know there is. Without a doubt, I know there is. But I think for the first pass through, I did all right. Got a little more the second time and the third time. Carl, I took me a little bit more passes through. I'm having a hard time. You did it in 2 passes. I'm not saying you're fibbing to me, but I'm a fairly decent panner. And I want to make sure I get every last stinking bit of it, though. You said you got it all, which I believe you, Carl. No doubt about that. I just having a hard time to believe you did it in 2 passes. I have very little black sands in there. Wonder how this stuff would work on that little tiny Miller table that your buddy from Wisconsin makes. But yeah. Whew. All right, friends, we've been in at this for 2 hours. Thank you for joining me in my dungeon while I go through this pay dirt. It's still quite a bit warmer here than out in my shed, and my shed's a god-awful mess. I do have to clean it really bad. Thank you for going through this tedious 2.5 hours with me and going through my cramped hands and stuff. It beat me, Ed. I didn't find it all in the first panning, right? Yeah, I don't think anyone could, GP. I don't think anyone could the first time around. No way. No way. But I'm no professional. I'm just like all of you out there. I'm a guy who loves the outdoor creation and finding Mother Nature's bounty in the rivers and streams of America or wherever I may be. Bro, you are weird. Why are you so fascinated on Ed's hands, huh? Talking to David. I don't know. I have some pretty ugly hands, to be honest. A lot of wear and tear on these hands. It is what it is, Creed, bro. Thanks, David. Um, Hope to see you all later at Prospectors Radio, Gold Prospectors Radio tonight at 7:30, where they'll be having B. Keen Prospecting from Arizona, I believe he's from. Join my friends over at Prospectors Radio. I'll be in the live chat. I'm sure Brian Wilder of American Gold Prospectors will be in the live chat, along with a lot of other great people. And remember, this coming Tuesday is Open Line Tuesday. And show us what you got. So mail in your gold porn and your treasure porn to flashinyourpan at gmail.com, and I'll share it and all that duff. How you doing? Welcome. Uh, all of you, thank you for joining me. Um, I'll be going through this a little more, yes, and I'll be drying it out, and then I'll weigh it. Hopefully by Tuesday, but seriously, I doubt it. I have my superintendent meeting on Mondays after work in my class. Oh, I believe I'll be starting another 30-hour OSHA class and stuff this coming Monday. So I I don't know if I'll get to actually weigh in it before Tuesday, but when I do, you'll all know it. I'll post it on my community page. I'll do a video about it or a live, and uh, I'll let you all know. So, but until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan. And you know what I like to say, because it does happen. It's an easy class. I have OSHA 30 hour. Yeah, I've done that already. It just the time. And for some reason, my company's making me do it again. And a couple weeks ago, I did my first aid and my CPR again. But hey, it is what it is. If I want to get those substantial raises and get to the point where I could have a bonus at the end of every job, I'll jump through their hoops for now. But where was I? Oh, yeah. May you always have a flash in your pan, and you never know, it does happen. Maybe one day too. I'll meet you on the river, and I look forward to it. But for now, this very second, I'm out of here. If I can do it like